It's about freaking time.
It sure the hell is.
Greetings, toy heads, and welcome to another episode of Go Figure with me, your host, Eli Williams, here on the Digitally Rebastard Network, the action figure show about news, reviews, collecting tips, customizations, kit bashing, everything that goes into this fun, nerdy hobby that you and I both love. And in this special episode, we are finally doing an unboxing and review of the Star Wars The Black Series, Target exclusive, animated Boba Fett from the Star Wars Droids, Adventures of R2-D2 and C-3PO, and originally the Star Wars Holiday Special. I loved the Star Wars Holiday Special. I know some people didn't, but I loved it. I cherish it. So there you go. That's where I stand. Anyway, this thing has eluded me for months because of the buy bots on Target. When this went up for pre-order on Target, it was instantly sold out. You couldn't get your hands on them, but somehow people were getting their hands on them because I saw them on eBay for like $60, $70, upwards of above $100 a piece. And I'm like, screw you guys, I'm going to wait. As usual, I'm one of the last people to get something and put it up and do it as a review, but you know what? I do it anyway. This thing has eluded me. It said pre-order sold out on Target forever, for months. Check back on release date. Release date was October 2nd. I checked back on October 2nd. Boom, there they were. I ordered one. Took me 3 days. Got it. There it is. And we are going to take a look here. So let's look at, first off, the front of this is one of the clamshell cases. From the front here, we've got the artwork from the Saturday morning cartoon, Adventures of R2-D2 and C-3PO, the Droids cartoon. 50th anniversary Lucasfilm, Boba Fett, warning, don't put Boba Fett in your mouth. Really, oh man, you have no idea. Because Boba Fett's my favorite character. And for me to not have a Boba Fett, now the only Boba Fett I'm not going to end up having is the original San Diego Comic-Con Boba Fett that was painted up to look like the old Kenner one. Now, I've made one with, I repainted a Return of the Jedi Deluxe Boba Fett, and it looks pretty accurate. So that's the front of the box. On the side of the box, we have the artwork of... Stay there. Artwork of the animated Boba Fett. On the side, we have the, almost looks like a VHS case, the Star Wars of Droids and all that. On the back, we have a picture of C-3PO R2-D2. I think that's Vlix was his name. And then Boba Fett, 50th anniversary Lucasfilms. We've got the timeline of all of the Star Wars stuff leading up to... the sequel trilogy and Solo. Jibbery jabbery legal jargon and age restriction warning. You know what that means.
If your child is not born yet, they shouldn't play with these toys.
That's right. You're welcome. Ages 0 to 3. Disney and Hasbro logo on the bottom. More jibbery jabbery legal jargon. Houses of Klingon. Barcode, and then it's a clamshell case, so we can pop this open, and this is the first time I'm popping it open. There he is, finally. Over here on the side, we've got some more little blurb about the Boba Fett, the character in the animated series, and then the artwork that's on the back. Then Star Wars Droids Boba Fett. I love Boba Fett. He is my absolute favorite. Okay, and now we're ready for Trusty. Pew! And we're going in. Oh, man. I realize it's a reuse, and it's just a resculpt. Not a resculpt, but it's just a reuse of... there's a piece of paper. And I'm well aware of that, but this is the animated series and Star Wars Holiday Special colors. It's a complete reuse of the original Boba Fett. And like I said, I'm well aware of that, but it's one that I didn't have. All right, so we are ready to... And tape is an issue. I'm trying to do this gingerly. There we go. Okay, put him there. Stupid piece of paper back in. And in you go. Flap, flap, tab. And we're ready to go. Put that up there, and let's get him on the pedestal. And here we have Mr. Fett on the pedestal, and we're ready to go. So we'll just take a look at the accessories real quick. You know what they are. We've got the jetpack, same jetpack, same sculpt, everything as the original. We have the and it's the Empire Strikes Back sculpt. That right there is a little bent. There we go. Same. It's the Empire Strikes Back blaster rifle, not the Return of the Jedi blaster rifle. All in gray plastic. No paint apps or anything. Yeah, that's the blaster pistol. There you go. And the jetpack. There is Boba Fett in his new colors. He stands approximately to the top of his helmet, 6 1/4 inches tall. So he's right there. And like I said, this is a complete reuse of the original, which is right here. I do have, he's gonna look a tad bit taller because I've got foot peg stands on him. But it's complete reuse. Just not necessarily a repaint, because it obviously the jumpsuit is in a lighter gray. Everything else is remolded in different colored plastic. Instead of the greens and yellows, we've got powder blue and beige and sort of a dark blue, almost like a royal, not in royal blue, but I don't know exactly what you'd call that, darker purpley blue, and different color browns on the on the belt, and the cape is slightly different. My cape is a little smushed from being in the. I'll have to wet that down and flatten it. But different cape. Feels like it's a different type of material, but the cape is a different color from the other one. It doesn't have the tattered edges down on the bottom I see there, as the original does. Basically, going over articulation, it's just like the other Boba Fett, which did have great articulation, does have great articulation. As I said, you can see the different colors, but it's the same sculpt. Head goes all the way around. Oh, that's tight. And it's just a ball joint on a neck. It's a ball hinge on it. That's the neck with the ball hinge up at the top. Standard old school Hasbro. Head down, head up, a little bit of tilt. Not going to get a lot with that kind of and arm goes up to about there, goes all the way around, single elbow, gauntlet swivel, wrist goes all the way around, wrist in and out. Let's get that lined up there. There we go. Wrist goes in and out. His joints are very good. Do have a ball joint on mid-torso there, and which will give you the waist swivel, because he doesn't have a waist swivel. Belt is a separate piece. I've taken many of these apart and done customs, so I know the ins and outs of this figure quite well. Same with the other side. Doesn't have a gun hand, unfortunately. On the right hand, it's an in and out, and not an up and down. Legs go all the way out. On the left, you get quite a bit. On the right, not so much because of the holster. Does have a double knee. Goes all the way back. Got a thigh swivel. No drop down ball joint. Detents on the feet and forward rocker. Let's go ahead and put his jetpack on. And you got to get that lined up with those pegs. There we go. And we'll get his blaster in the holster there. Good old Boba Fett. I'm so happy to have this. Getting that, this is just like the other, getting that in there and trying to get that trigger finger in that trigger guard is a pain, but it is doable. I am going to display this because I have extra I have an extra Mando rifle. In fact, give me just a second here. There we go. I have a few extra Mando disintegrator rifles hanging about because I've done a few custom paint jobs on Mandos and I've not used those rifles with him. And he should really have this because that is the weapon. That's the first time you ever saw that was in the Star Wars Holiday Special. So he will be displayed with that gun. I probably will give a paint job to the blaster pistol and the rifle to give them a little bit more detail. But as far as him, he's going to remain exactly like this. I was tempted to get an original Boba Fett or a Return of the Jedi Deluxe Boba Fett and paint them in these colors. I'm glad I waited. I now have the Droids Boba Fett, and I'm very, very happy. He will look great up with my Fetts. So, that being said, let's pop him off the pedestal and line him up with some other characters and see how he scales up. And here we have him with the Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett, the Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series Return of the Jedi Deluxe Boba Fett, the Hasbro Star Wars Black Series Book of Boba Fett, the Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Series Zartan, the Hasbro Marvel Legends Retro Punisher, the Mattel DC Universe Classics Jonah Hex, and the Mezco 1/12 Collective 1978 Christopher Reeves Superman. All in all, I'm extremely happy. I was so excited to get this. It is a Boba Fett that I needed to have for my collection. As I said, the only one I don't have now, which I probably never will have, is that Retro Kenner San Diego Comic-Con Black Series Boba Fett. You never know. Someday I may get my hands on one, but, you know, that is that. So, nevertheless, I will have my... I do have my repaint that I made. If you haven't seen that, you can go back in, I don't know, it's been a couple months ago. I did a video, the first video I did of my customs. He's in that, so you can see him in that. But that will wrap it up for this episode. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Smash that bell so you can get information on all the good things coming out of the Digitally Rebastard Network, as well as join us on Twitter, Discord, and my TikTok by clicking those links in the bottom right-hand corner of the banner on our channel page. Become part of the DRN family. We will welcome you with open arms. You've been watching Go Figure with me, your host, Eli Williams, here on the Digitally Rebastard Network. You guys all have a great week and a great day. I'll see you next time, and until then, don't forget to get your figure on. Take care.